Hi Year 7 and welcome to our second lesson for algebra. In this lesson we're going to look at substitution. So last lesson we learned all about pronumerals, variables, coefficients and constants, about algebraic expressions and terms. We looked at the rules of algebra and then we finished by translating from words to algebraic expressions. Now an M&M's packet is a bit like a pronumeral because we don't know how many chocolates are inside. Now remember last lesson we learned that if we want to give a particular thing a pronumeral, we tend to choose a letter that means something to us. So we might say that this M&M's packet has M chocolates inside it. Now let's have a look at how we might model the algebraic expression 2m plus 5. Here it is, but it could equally be this, because remember, we can move terms around. Now the thing is, we don't know how many M&Ms are in each packet. So 2m plus 5 could look like this, but it can also look like this. But this would be a different value for m. 2m plus 5 could also look like this, or this, or this, or even this. But it couldn't look like this. Do you know why? Because the values for m are different. There's obviously more chocolates in the party bucket than there are in this little packet. But one way to find out what m is equal to is to actually open the packet. So suppose I opened my packet of M&Ms and I found out that there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chocolates. Then I can actually work out what 2m plus 5 is equal to. So m is equal to 11. Remember this is a times in here, 2 lots of m. So 2 lots of 11 is 22. And 5 is a constant, so it's actually equal to 5. So 2m plus 5 is going to be 27. So what I want you to do is pause the video for a sec and give an estimate of how many chocolates you think are in each of those packets. Write that down where m is, then work out 2m. In each case here, 5 is going to stay constant because it is a constant. And then work out 2m plus 5. Okay, so I would be giving completely different answers to you, obviously, but let's suppose in this first packet, I think that there are 30 chocolates. 2 lots of 30 is 60. 60 plus 5 is 65. In the little tube there, I'm going to guess that there are 25 chocolates. 2m would be 50, plus 5 is 55. And in the box here, I'm going to guess that there are 50 chocolates. 2m is 100. 100 plus 5 is 105. So there's just an example. If you like, you can also have a go at this one, but I'm not going to give you any answers. Well, what if one M&M's packet had 4.5 M&Ms in it? What would be the value of 2m plus 5 in this case? So I want to do 2 lots of 4.5, which is 9. And then I'd want to do 9 plus 5, which is 14. Suppose I opened my M&M's packets and I found that I had 155 M&Ms altogether. Well, how many M&Ms must have been in each packet? Have a think about that one for a sec. So I've got 2m plus 5 is equal to 155. If I do opposite operations, I can work backwards and get back to what each M&M packet contains. So I take my 155, I subtract the 5, which gives me 150. That must be what 2m is equal to. And then 150 divided by 2 is 75. Now when we give a pronumeral a value, this is called substitution. And we're moving beyond M&M's packets here. Here I've got 4 different expressions and 4 different values for M. Now I'm going to show you how to do this first one. Then I want you to pause the video and have a go at the next 3 rows. So the first one says M is equal to 0. We want to work out the value of 2M. That's 2 times M. 2 times 0 is 0. The next one is 3M plus 1, so 3 times 0 plus 1. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Then I've got M squared. M squared means M times M. So in this case, 0 times 0, which is 0. And finally, M divided by 2, which is 0 divided by 2, which is also 0. Okay, pause the video and have a go at the rest. Okay, here are our answers. So now I'm going to look at M being 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And 1 divided by 2 is a half, or 0.5. Now we're going to put 12 in. 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 12 is 36, plus 1 is 37. 12 times 12 is 144. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And finally, 2 times 20 is 40. 3 times 20 is 60, plus 1, 61. 20 squared, that's 20 times 20 is 400. And finally, 20 divided by 2 is 10. How'd you go? Now, very often with algebraic expressions, we have more than one pronumeral, like this question we did before. So we might say this is M plus N plus 5. Now let's look at some substitution where we have more than one variable. So you can see, again, we've got 4 different expressions and we have 4 different pairs of values. So let's do this first one, and then just like before, I want you to pause the video and have a go at the rest of them. So we want M plus N plus 1. So that's going to be 2 plus 6 plus 1. 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Next one is 3 lots of M, so 3 2s are 6, plus N, 6 plus 6 is 12, take away 5 is 7. Third one, 5M, 5 lots of 2 is 10, take away N, so take away 6 is 4. And then we've got M plus N, which we're going to do first, because this is like brackets here. M plus N is 8, divided by 2 is 4. Okay, pause the video, have a go at the rest. All right, here are our answers. M plus N plus 1. So in this case, M is 5, N is 0. So 5 plus 0 plus 1 is 6. 3 lots of M is 15 plus 0, take away 5 is 10. 5 lots of M, so 5 5s are 25, take away 0. M plus N is 5 over 2, so you could do 5 over 2 here, or you could do 2.5 or 2.5. Third row, M is 10, N is 8. 10 plus 8 plus 1 is 19. 3 lots of 10 is 30, plus 8 is 38, take away 5 is 33. 5 times 10 is 50, take away 8 is 42. 10 plus 8 is 18, 18 divided by 2 is 9. And lastly, 20 plus 10 plus 1 is 31. 3 lots of 20 is 60, plus 10 is 70, take away 5 is 65. 5 lots of 20 is 100, take away 10 is 90. And 20 plus 10 is 30, divided by 2 is 15. Okay, that's the end of this lesson. In our next lesson for algebra, we're going to be looking at multiplying and dividing.